So I will show what I learned from the practicing the spinning, the joke, and then the how I could apply or do some cross pollination, and then use what I learned from there in the some fundamental Aikido techniques. In this case, I will show you the Ikkyo and Nikyo. How do I see how we can improve in our Ikkyo? Okay, so in this case, I have I cut the jaw that I broke, and then that's you can consider Hambu or half. I think it's smaller than half, but still, let's consider this Hambu. It's going to be easy for practice the technique that I'm going to show you to do Ikkyo and Nikyo. Most of the time, we know that the Ikkyo Undo is kind of the hands this way, right? We swing side to side and then doing this, right? But when we know that the Ikkyo Undo is this way, right? So then when people start doing the Ikkyo, they start doing this way, right? So they try to do this, and then imagine that this is the showman, and then instead of going this way, they go this way. And then sometimes they try to catch suddenly here. So because you are in a safe environment alone, you can force yourself to drop out the old habits. Maybe you were doing this way or this way, catching, and then, because I think this is what we learn to stop an attack, but I don't think it's the best for Aikido. So using this Hambu, imagine this coming as an attack, right? So you can put the hand this way. If you're doing this, now it's opportunity to change to do this way. So imagine this showman coming, and then your hand is positioned this way, not this way. So I like to say that your palm is turning this way instead of doing this way, okay? So one thing will help you is to, in the Ikkyo, if you are putting hand this way, one is you're blocking and then giving the attacker kind of everything he needs to kind of crush you. If your hands are like this way, if he cuts, it will slide, right? So that's the difference between doing this way. If it crushes, it will slide. Instead of this way, it will kind of hurt, right? So this is one reason I like to say this is how you should do Ikkyo. Now, because you are not alone, you don't have a partner, so you can force yourself to drop out this kind of a reaction or habit, right? And then change it to this one. So force yourself to say, I'm going Ikkyo this way, not this way. Ikkyo Undo, apply Ikkyo Undo in the Ikkyo technique. So here, and then when you go for lowering, most of the time we try to grab here in the Ikkyo. What you can think about is you don't know if you're gonna do Ikkyo or not first, right? So attack and then move away from it. So you can start doing this. And then instead of trying to grab too early, you grab at the end here. So when we are going here and then grab at that position. So you have the Ikkyo position and then grab at the end, not trying to grab here. So I think this is a good exercise to break all the habits to going this way and then trying to catch, instead forcing yourself to start turning and then turn. So you're going to create this movement here, right? So you have this Ikkyo technique as strong. So again, here we go here and then move away. Okay, so this is for the Ikkyo. Ikkyo means that your hand is this position and then you grab here, right? So for some reason you get to that point and then you have this Ikkyo position. So Nikyo, sometimes I see on the Nikyo side people trying to go around and then try to catch it, and then instead there is an easy way. Remember the cross pollination of the spinning. You are not trying to to go and fetch before it is time. You wait for the right moment to catch, and then instead of trying to catch here, I wait for the right moment and then catch when the jaw is positioned. The same thing here. I wait to the jaw to be horizontal to catch. The same thing here. I wait for the jaw be horizontal instead of trying to catch too early. So Nikyo is the same thing. I see a lot of time when they execute the Nikyo, when they hear, they try to go and then fetch everything. So let's do the exercise because you don't have a partner, so you don't have to let the old habits kick in. You can really work on changing your habits to have different ways to do Nikyo. So first thing I like to say is Nikyo, the difference between why you do Nikyo and Ikkyo and then Nikyo is the way how your hands, your kind of a one hand is getting to the wrist of the opponent. So Ikkyo is if your thumb is going to the other side and then your all the fingers in the opposite side of the wrist, then you are in the Ikkyo position. So if you are in this position, you don't have to do Nikyo. The Nikyo is because I like to think it is because your hand is coming, the entire thing is on the other side. So it's just using that opportunity not to try to go back. There is another way is to go Nikyo. So Ikkyo, if you have your hands and then the thumb is on the opposite side of the whole wrist. So then you finish kind of Ikkyo. Nikyo is going, imagine that your hand is, the entire hand is in the opposite side of the wrist. And then the idea is here is you don't have to try to catch this way. So the idea is imagine that you wanted to let the person come, and then what you do is you lift the wrist and then lower the elbow. So when you do this, the hand is coming naturally, and then you close at that point. Okay, so you're not trying to grab it before. Force yourself to go the hands this side here. Imagine that this is the wrist of the your partner, and this is the elbow. So you're holding the elbow this way, not holding the elbow this way. So this is a bad habit too. Okay, sometimes we do a lot, me too, and then the good idea is to hold this elbow this way. So you have a better control. If you hold this way, you can slip and then lose the control of the partner. So here. On the other hand, the way I like to do is move this way and then grab. Okay, so now you can put here and then Nikyo. So again, starting from this position here, we Nikyo, all the hands are on the other side. So the entire things. And then here I'm just turning here, not trying to grab anything, not trying to do anything yet. What I do is I like to move and then do the Nikyo. So movement here would be this way. Okay, shown this way would be here, and then I like to do this and then grab. Then I put the hands to my shoulder and then do Nikyo. Okay, again, make sure that you don't catch this way because it would hurt. If it does this way, it's really much easier to deflect than this way. This way is really harder to deflect, right? So here is gonna hurt, here it's kind of sliding. So make sure that your hand Ikkyo is going more this way than this way. This is one thing. And then the other one is once you start, then when the hand is cutting, then you start turning and then you do it, not before. So the practice with the small jaw or even the larger jaw is to force yourself to do the right timing. Okay, here and then turn, not from here. Starting Ikkyo Undo, and then right Ikkyo Undo, and then once the attack is sliding, and then you following the attack. So we are following the attack. Okay, so we are following the attack. We are not just, we are following the attack, and then we have the Ikkyo, right? Here, or Nikyo. Here, and here. Okay, so you can practice, and then you can practice also how you move. Ikkyo, you're here, then you can move, and then Ikkyo. So sorry, this should be Nikyo. So again, attack is coming, you move, you maintain the direction, you get out of the line of attack, move away, and then you move Ikkyo. So the footwork would be this way. Here, the attack is coming, you move away, and then when you're cutting, you moving footwork. The Nikyo would be almost similar. Here, I'm gonna move, and then move a Nikyo. Okay? So, okay, here, moving side, and then Nikyo. Okay? So, here, sorry, again here, and then move. And then you can see that I'm doing this moving circular movement in the Ikkyo, here, okay? Again, here, moving all together. So there is this complementary movement with one hand kind of a pushing, and then the other creating the circular movement. So Ikkyo, or even Nikyo, here, okay, and then, oh sorry, here, okay. So again, here, and then Nikyo. So this is a good exercise that you can do at home, and with Joe. I try with the full Joe, it works too, but it's kind of a little bit heavier, so I had this one, and then I use it for Ikkyo and Nikyo exercise. So you will learn how to move, and then at the same time you have time. So make an effort to do the footwork, the handwork, and then repeat until you get the other habit of doing this, if you were doing this, from this position to this position. And then if you had the habit to catch in the hand, the wrist too early, so wait now, learn to catch when this really the right time, because that will allow you to know if it's Ikkyo or if it's a Nikyo. And sometimes you will see, I cannot do the exercise, but the Sankyo and Yonkyo would be also how you end up holding the hand of the opponent. And then that will lead to Sankyo and Yonkyo. It's not because you decide to do Sankyo Yonkyo, it's because how you end up your hand on the other side. If you grab the wrist, it's Ikkyo. If you didn't, it's Nikyo. Sometimes when if you grab the fingers, it's Sankyo. And Yonkyo is when you go here, right? But then that one, you need a partner. Try it.